Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to do a budget with me for our first paycheck of January, and we're also going to do cash planning for our first cash stuffing for this month. So let's get into it. Okay, so it feels like a while since I have done a video, so I actually could not figure out what I wanted to use for my new budget. So previously I was using old sheets from the Budget Mom, but I had got a cloth and paper and the Aesthetic Dollars budget sheets to use for 2024. But I think I'm just so used to how the Budget Mom had it laid out that I just have not gotten into my groove with using these two. So let me show y'all what I came up with. So for the Aesthetic Dollar, hers have a monthly income, and they actually both have like a monthly budget overview. But the Budget Mom does hers by paycheck. So technically the sheets are not going to be enough to be able to use 2 per month. So I'm going to kind of intertwine both of them. So this is the Aesthetic Dollars budget sheets, and I'm going to use hers for my monthly overview. So for January, I went ahead and basically did again what I had done in the sheets prior. Oh wait, they're in this one. So for cloth and paper, I just had used a couple of, one second. Note sheets, just to jot down like what I thought we were going to use for our paychecks. I wanted to use cloth and paper's monthly sheet to kind of track our expenses and our bills, and then I wanted to use their budgeting sheets to track my paycheck, but theirs also come with just like a monthly budget overview. So I've decided to use cloth and papers as like a budget by paycheck, which is what we're going to do today. So I'll be using 2 sheets per month. So I'll probably run out like halfway through the year. And I don't know what I'm going to do at that point. I may just switch back to Budget Mom. But for now, we're going to go ahead and use these. And then maybe as I get more accustomed to them, I'll actually like them. Or I'll just switch back to what I'm used to. So we're going to budget for the first paycheck of January, and this is just going to be our monthly overview. So I'm going to kind of be looking at these sheets to kind of break down what's going to be paid out from the first check and what's going to be paid from the second check. We're also going to be rolling over the savings we had from at the end of December. We're not going to be spending the majority of it. We are going to be allocating it to savings, but I may pull it and put it towards like our sinking funds. And as y'all know, my husband is still currently looking for a new position, so we don't have plans to spend it. But I am going to allocate it to different savings goals. But in the event we may have to pull that to pay bills, then we're going to be pulling it from those savings. So, but I did bring it in for our monthly income to include it. So for our first paycheck of January, we're going to have a total budget of total budget is going to be $35.65. And this is going to be for 112. So first we will use our first category as, let's just put bills. So with this check, we need to pay tithe, which will be $280. We'll have to pay our son's preschool, which will be $260. We'll have Spotify, which is $18. Planet Fitness, which is $11. Rent, which is $1,200. Frontier, which is $85. And I'm already running out of room, so we're just gonna draw a line. And we're gonna have Netflix, for $13. And that will be it for bills. So let's add all that together. Excuse me. That's $1,867. So next, since we pay all of our variable spending on credit cards, I'm not budgeting any money towards like food, gas, or shopping. So in January, we are utilizing some Christmas gift cards that we got. And so we're going to be paying for most of that with the gift cards. And then our second paycheck will probably have more of the money to pay our variable spending, because we'll pay the credit cards off by the end of the month. So typically you would have your, like, we could put spending, or we could put variable spending, or some people, if they do cash envelopes, this would be, you could put cash. So I'm just gonna put variable, and we're actually not gonna have any. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this as our debt category. And I like to transfer my husband's truck payment with our rent payment, because they both come out of our credit union account. And so we're gonna budget $600 for that. So, and then we'll come down to savings. And we have those two high yield savings accounts that are automatically deposited from our paychecks. So we're gonna add high yield savings 1 and high yield savings 2. Those both get $50 per check, so they're going to be 50 and 50. For the $100 plus 100 equals $25.67, and we're budgeting $35.65. So We have $998 to budget. Sorry, y'all, I had to pause for a second because I started coughing again. So we should have an additional 200 that I'm just going to put over here towards sinking funds. So this is 300. And since I have an extra category right here, let's see how many lines I have. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just summarize it down here. That way we can make sure we have a zero-based budget. So income, we have $35.65. Bills amounted to $18.67. Debt, we're putting 600. And savings, we have 300. So let's do 35.65 minus 18.67. I think I may, okay, hold on. Oh, I may have forgot to put the 800 we have for that we're bringing in from last month. So let me put rollover. Sorry, y'all. I feel like I am out of practice. 35.65 minus 18.67 minus 600 minus 300. Yeah, it gives us 798. So that is that 800 I was wanting to bring in from the rollover from December. So this should actually be 1098. And so we'll just go ahead and okay, let's try this again. 35.65 minus 18.67 minus 600 minus 300 minus 798. Here we go. There is our zero-based budget. Okay, so for the cash, we have $800 left from Christmas that is technically spent, but since I did receive a bonus last month, I used that was in the bank to pay off the credit cards, and so it still left me with 800 cash. I am going to go ahead and allocate that to some savings goals we have. So if we keep taking a look at our monthly budget, we have a $10,000 savings challenge that is a total of $790 for the month of January. And this is going to be the whole $1,800. So we still have 1,000 in the bank and I have 800 cash. So I might pull that 1,000 out for our second cash stuffing of January, which is actually going to be less than that because we are going to use some of it for our son's birthday. So he turns 5 in a few days. So we are going to allocate about 500 to his birthday. So for the 800, we have the 10K savings, and then we have, so we got gift cards for Christmas, and I technically allocated those to our household spending, so we're going to use them for groceries. And so I wanted to give my husband and I some cash for personal spending to use where we would like. So I am going to include 115 of that out of the 800. And then we should have some money for sinking funds for 461. So let's do some cash planning. So we have 800 that I'm going to do for our first cash stuffing, but that's going to be in a different video. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to keep it separate. But here is the January savings challenge. And I'm thinking I'm going to save for two of these, and then save the next two for the second week of January. So I'm going to go ahead and put $10K savings challenge. And let's do a even 400, which I believe is these two. So we're going to need 4 100s. Then I want to give my husband 100 for his Christmas money. So we'll put 100. So that's 500. So we have 300 left. I want to allocate some to Christmas because that is our biggest like sinking fund. So we typically spend about 700. We spend about 2,000 in Christmas, and actually I can show y'all. I don't believe I showed y'all this last time when I did my December recap, but this is my 2023 planner I am no longer using. So here was my Christmas budget. I wanted to do 2,000 and we actually spent 2,200. So we went a little bit over. So I mentioned in a previous video that my son is 4 and he hasn't really asked for Christmas decorations, and we have cats. So we have not had a Christmas tree here, but he actually asked for it. And so we got him some decorations. So that was about 300 that we typically have not spent in previous years. But we did spend 1,900 for gifts. We only spent $24 for food. I didn't bring that much. My family really outdid themselves, so I may have to bulk this up next year to make up for it. And then we spent $123 on family PJs. So we kind of have a theme every year, so this was kind of high, but for my family, we kind of do either like, we tried to do matching outfits, or this year each family had their own set of Christmas PJs, so I will need to budget in something for that. But I think I may raise the budget to 2,400 because I don't know if we'll spend that, and we'll definitely try to, you know, stay under budget. But it's funny because I love odd numbers. My favorite numbers are like 3, 7, and 11. But kind of when it comes to money, I like even numbers. So this is 48 trees. And in order to do like an even number for the trees, I think I have to do like, let's like do $50 times 48. Yeah. So for each tree to be $50, it's saving up 2,400. So I'm going to try to save up 2,400 for Christmas this year. and then hopefully we'll stay under that, and then we can just maybe roll over any extra for the next year. So for Christmas though, and I also want to do a 1 month ahead savings challenge, and so I think there's not 48. So there's only 40 houses, and we need $8,000 for like 1 month ahead. So each house has to be 200. So I want to split. We've got 300 left, and those two are kind of going to be our higher priorities. So let me put these books up. So for Christmas, and then 1 month ahead. So to even do one house on the 1 month ahead, you need 200. So I'm going to go ahead and do 200 for 1 month ahead, and then that gives us 100 for Christmas, and that will get us 2 houses or 2 trees. So this will be 100 and this will be 200s. So that's 800. So, but for Christmas, if we're going to save up 2,400, we need to save about $200 a month for Christmas. Was that right? Wait, 2,400 divided by 12. Yeah, $200. So I'm going to save $100 this check, and then hopefully for the next check I can save the other $100. So that is our $800, and we need 8 100s, which is fine because that's what we already have. And I want to do it in a separate video because I am still utilizing index cards because I am trying to patiently wait for the Aesthetic Dollar to reopen her custom envelopes, and then I want to get her envelopes. So my January cash stuffings are going to be using index cards, and so we're going to just kind of set up my cash envelopes for the new year. So that is it for today's video. Thank you for coming along with me as we budget for January. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments. And maybe tell me what your 2024 goals are. And we will talk next week. Thank y'all. Bye.